Hello, little ones! Welcome back to Giggle Smiles. Snuggle up nice and cozy with your blanket and your favorite teddy bear, because it is story time. Tonight, we are going to meet a very big bear who learns the most important 2 words in the whole world. Are you ready? Let us go. Once upon a time, deep inside a beautiful golden forest, lived a big fluffy bear named Bruno. Bruno had the softest brown fur, the roundest tummy, and the loudest, most thunderous voice in the whole forest. Roar! Can you roar like Bruno? Roar! Wonderful! Bruno was very big and very strong. But sometimes, just sometimes, Bruno forgot to be careful, and that caused a little bit of trouble in the forest. One sunny morning, Bruno was stomping through the forest. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Can you stomp like Bruno? Stomp, stomp, stomp. He was in a very big hurry. He was not looking where he was going. And then, suddenly, crash! Bruno accidentally knocked over little Bella the bluebird's beautiful nest. Twigs and leaves went flying everywhere. Whoosh! Bella came flying back to find her home completely broken. Her tiny beak wobbled. Her eyes filled with tears. "Oh no," whispered Bella, "my beautiful home." Bruno looked at the broken nest. He felt a strange, uncomfortable feeling in his tummy. But instead of stopping, Bruno just kept walking. Stomp, stomp, stomp. It was an accident, he told himself. She will be fine, he told himself. But that uncomfortable feeling did not go away. It got bigger and bigger. All through breakfast, all through his afternoon walk, all through his evening swim. That feeling stayed with Bruno like a little gray cloud, following him everywhere he went. That night, Bruno lay in his cozy cave trying to sleep. He closed his eyes, but all he could see was Bella's sad little face. He turned to the left, still there. He turned to the right, still there. He pulled his blanket over his head, still there. Bruno sat up in the dark. Why do I feel so terrible? He wondered. Then a tiny little voice inside his heart whispered softly, "Because you know you did something wrong, Bruno, and you never said sorry." Bruno sat very still for a long, long time. Then, slowly, he nodded his big head. "You are right," he said quietly. "I need to fix this." Early the next morning, before the sun had even properly woken up, Bruno crept out of his cave. He gathered the most beautiful twigs he could find. Long ones, sturdy ones, perfectly shaped ones. He collected soft green moss, fluffy feathers, tiny wildflowers. He carried everything carefully in his big paws, all the way to Bella's tree. And then very, very carefully, with his big, clumsy paws, Bruno began to build a brand new nest. He worked and worked and worked. His paws were tired, his back was sore, but he did not stop, not even once. When Bella woke up and flew to her tree, she stopped in midair. There was the most beautiful nest she had ever seen, even more beautiful than before. And sitting beside it was Bruno, the biggest bear in the whole forest, looking very small and very sorry. Bruno looked up at Bella with the most genuine eyes. "I am so sorry, Bella," he said in his quietest voice. "I broke your home and I just walked away. That was wrong. Please, can you forgive me?" Bella looked at Bruno for a long moment. Then she flew down and landed gently right on his big nose. "Of course I forgive you, Bruno," she said softly. "Thank you for coming back." And do you know what happened the very moment Bruno said sorry? That uncomfortable feeling in his tummy completely disappeared. Just like that. Poof! Gone! Bruno felt so light he thought he might float right up into the sky. He laughed the biggest, most relieved laugh you ever heard. Ha 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 ha! Roar! And Bella laughed too, and the whole forest seemed to laugh with them. The birds sang, the trees rustled, and the sunshine seemed to shine just a little bit brighter than before. From that day on, Bruno was the most careful bear in the whole forest. He always looked where he was going. He always watched out for smaller animals. And whenever he made a mistake, which sometimes he still did, because everyone makes mistakes, little ones, Bruno never walked away. He always stopped, he always turned around, and he always said those two most important words in the whole world, "I am sorry." And every single time he said them, that little gray cloud went away, and the sunshine always came right back. And so, little ones, Bruno taught us something so important tonight. Saying sorry is not a sign of weakness. Saying sorry is one of the bravest, most beautiful things you can ever do. So if you ever make a mistake, and everyone does sometimes, do not walk away. Turn around, look your friend in the eyes, and say those two magical words, "I am sorry." Because sorry fixes hearts, sorry saves friendships, and sorry always brings the sunshine back. Sweet dreams, little ones. You are so loved. Good night from Giggle Smiles. See you next time.